Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about Omnichannel with Joe. You'll notice a very similar shirt. You'll notice a very similar cup. You know, the concept of sort of omni-channel, I sort of think of it as a, how do we get here? It was the case that each of your media channels was highly specialized, right? In the absence of a common normalized workflow or a common technology layer and common data standards and common metrics, each one sort of evolved in its own way. And then, market matured, technology matured, people's awareness of the opportunity, grew, and they said, oh, that doesn't actually make any sense anymore. It's the same human being at the other end of all these screens, right? So you went from, I would say multi-channel was maybe where half the market is now, which is to say, hey, I really do want one consistent way to manage each of my channels. But the channel allocation is sort of upstream. Right, so what people are doing is they're saying, okay, here's what I'm gonna spend on display, here's what I'm gonna spend on video, here's what I'm gonna spend on mobile, here's what I'm gonna spend on social, and I'm gonna manage them consistently, but I'm still gonna treat them as independent channels. It's kind of like, it's halfway there, right? I think true omnichannel is just connecting all the dots. It's basically saying like, hey, it's this, we as marketers, if we just step back, it's the same human being at the other end of all of the screens. So omnichannel, I think, is almost a removal of artificial silos, right? It's connecting the dots across screens, and then I think the next step of the evolution is sort of connecting the dots over time. There used to be in people's minds a very sharp divide between branding and direct response. And branding was this like ineffable thing that you just did because it was a good idea for have people feel good about Nike, right? And then direct response was like hard hitting, come to my website right now, right? It's the same thing. As you sort of connect those dots across the sort of the life cycle of a consumer, as you connect the dots across screens, and then you connect the dots, between all the way through actually to like retention and loyalty and advocacy and whatnot. Suddenly you have sort of like one platform that kind of manages the full life cycle of a consumer and a brand's interactions over time. Right now it's all OD, it's right, organizational design and incentives, right? It's sort of, hacking through the infrastructure that we've sort of created over the years. And sort of mapping it to where the world needs to go. Coming back to the leapfrog opportunity, right? Continue to think that there's opportunity for companies to sort of say, we get it. Let's either start omnichannel by design, or let's get there very, very quickly because we have to for survival.